I told myself I wouldn't do this. I told myself I would be on top of my accountability videos on how I'm doing on my book blanket. And here I am, halfway through June, just now doing my May update. So, you know, there's always next month, I guess. Caitlin with the Backcountry Crochet. Welcome to my channel, or if you're along with my crochet journey, welcome back. Glad to have you back. I don't really know what to say about how crochet has been going besides life just has hit. And I said that in my last video, but May consistently is one of the busiest, most draining months as a teacher, and I don't get a lot done. And so that's why I am still finishing up crocheting my April books. I think I have 2 more. I'm almost done with this one. I think I have 1 or 2 more books from April. I haven't even started adding my May books onto here. And that's just because May it's rough. It can get a little rough, and I'm not sure why it's so rough, so challenging. I'm burnt out by that point in the year. So needless to say, trying to get caught up. Now, it's interesting, it's not just crochet, but it's all of my hobbies. My husband too, he's also a teacher. All of our hobbies just stop. Whether it's running, whether it's reading, reading also drops as well in May, but like things just kind of drop a little bit more and we don't get as much done. So then June hits, we're finally in summer, and we just go for it. We're like doing all of our hobbies, trying to get some activity down every day, catching up on the things we haven't been able to do for the month of May. So I've suddenly been running again. We're trying to get back to climbing, which has not been consistent for a while. We have bees we've been struggling to, stay on top of with the spring harvest and everything that's going on. It's been busy. Just what I've been busy with, and I'm not going to crochet, is our backyard beekeeping. We only have 2.5 hives. We split one, so I'll say 2.5. But we're about to get to the big honey flow that we've had the past few years, so that's taking up a good couple hours of when I might otherwise be doing crochet. Summertime really becomes when we do all of our hobbies. So, you have a ton of time, which is a huge, huge blessing, but not always the time I wanted to have to crochet. So I'm really sweaty. Oh my God. And really red. But it's summer. And it is so hard to get things done that I want to get done with crochet, because it's like school's done. I'm on summer. I can now do whatever I want. And that means I'm running, finally, again. I'm biking. I'm paddleboarding. I've got plans for wanting to go camping. Oh my God, my to crochet list is so long. Almost done with this bear thing and so excited for it, but that means, some of my bigger projects are being pushed aside, and, I'm getting I need that instant gratification of the amigurumi stuffy type crochet, so I haven't done my blanket project in a while. I don't think I even finished my April. I don't think I finished my April books on my blanket yet, and it's June, so really need to, I don't need to, but I should probably try to get back to that pretty soon, but not right now because I've got a bear's head to finish. Now, like I said, my book count has gone down in May. I haven't had as much that I've read. I I only read 4 books. I only have 4 books on the calendar for May, which is pretty low compared to past months. I guess not like that much lower, but given that I'm adding audiobooks in this, like typically I tend to get an audiobook a week, and obviously that did not happen. The first book I read was Iron Flame, so the sequel to Fourth Wing, which it was good. I gave it a 3 out of 3 stars, rose. I didn't like it as much as Fourth Wing though. It definitely wasn't as, I don't know, the plot was too much on the relationship, and I was just kind of over it at a certain point. It was still good. Definitely better than some of the other 3-star or 3-row books I've put on this, so that's why I gave it 3 out of 3. If I was doing stars out of 5, I probably would have only given it 4 out of 5, 4.5 if I could get super precise. But good. I definitely am excited for the 3rd one to come out. I'm definitely going to stick with this series. Who knows how many are in the series, but I'm intrigued to see where it goes. The second book I read for the month of May was Gear Breakers. It was a young adult science fiction book, and it was okay. It wasn't as good as other science fictions I've read. It was interesting, but not like, I don't know. I didn't really care enough about the characters or the plot to really be like wrapped into the story. Maybe if I had read it at a different time, you know, sometimes some books hit you better than others, just depending on, you know, what life is like at the time. Yeah, I gave it 2 out of 3 on my rating. Good. Not sure I'd recommend it, unless you're like really big into sci-fi, dystopian type books, but there's definitely better that I've read in those kinds of genres. The 3rd book is one that I would definitely recommend. Out of all the books I've read this month, that's probably the only one I would recommend. Dad, if you're watching this is the only one I would recommend for you. It was Coltish, a nonfiction book, a linguistic book by the same author as Word Slut. Good. I think I like Word Slut better. You're so helpful. So helpful. I think I like Word Slut better, but it's really interesting. Just goes into the power language has and words have over creating cults, whether official cults or like cult-like followings, whether it's brands or movies, etc. But yeah, 3 out of 3, definitely recommend. Well, the last book is one that I almost did not finish. If it was not an audiobook that was in, I think they call it the cinematic audiobook, where you have, like, they're trying to make it a movie in your mind, with sound effects and different readers for each of the characters. And if I wasn't listening to it almost on double speed, I would not have finished it. I don't get the hype behind Court of Thorn and Roses series. I don't get it. It's one I barely finished, even with the speed, and it was 700 pages. I think it was because each book, like the whole book is broken into 4 separate audiobooks, and so I would be so close to finishing one when I was like, okay, I'm over it, that I would finish it. I was like, might as well give this part 2 a chance, part 3 and part 4, and I finished it. I think I'm done with that series. People told me it would get better by this point. I just, not for me. So there it is. That's my May book update. Even though there's only 4 books, these videos really help me kind of just stay accountable and kind of just not forget this project, because I'm somebody who could very easily put this project down and forget it, and then December comes and I'll be like, crap, I've got so much to do. So If you're still around, thanks for sticking around. Let me know if there are any book recommendations, like your go-to recommendations. I'm in need of some new ones, some good ones. I've had more 1 and 2 star rating books out of 3 lately, and I'd like to get back into like my 3 out of 3 definitely recommend range once again. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks.